Hello everybody, Mrs Webb here for our final literacy lesson of the week. You have done some amazing writing this week and I thought I'd start just by sharing some of it with you. This is some of the writing that you did about bears that came in over the week, so I thought I'd show you a sneak peek of some of it. I have to say, my printer would have run out of ink if I could have printed off all the fabulous work, so this is just a few before my printer ran out of ink, but it was all absolutely fantastic. Here is Sophie's polar bear poster and she's telling us that the polar bear eats fish. Lovely finger spaces between her words and super neat writing sitting nicely on the line. Well done, Sophie. Here is Rory's brown bear poster, and what I loved about Rory's is he has used his phonics brilliantly to do his own writing. So I can read I can move, and Rory's remembered that ooh sound that he learnt in phonics at the beginning of the week. Rocks, and he's also telling us that the bear has big claws as well. Super use of your phonics, Rory, well done. Here is Matthew's polar bear poster. Again, hold it nice and close to the camera for you. And he's got so many facts in here. He's telling us that polar bears live in the Arctic, that they eat meat, and that they are very big. So 3 different facts all in one piece of writing. Well done, Matthew. And finally, here is Jacob's sun bear, and I absolutely love on his drawing, he's drawn the long tongue that a sun bear has and done a little label to show us that the long tongue is for honey, for licking all the honey out. So I thought that was fantastic too. But as I say, well done to everybody. I could have printed off every single person who's uploaded work this week because it has been so super. Let's see if we can do one last piece of super literacy work for the week before we have a rest at the weekend. So I want us to have a little bit of a think about the bear at the end of the bear hunt story. Okay, so we can see here the children and Dad closing the door tightly shut so that the bear can't get in, and then they snuggle back in their bed, safe and warm. But if we turn to the very last page, there's no writing on this page, look, but there is a picture of the bear walking off back to his cave all by himself. So what I'd like you to do is pause the video and have a little chat with your grown-up about how you think the bear is feeling in this picture and why. Okay, so you might say, I think the bear is feeling, choose your word, because. Why is the bear feeling like that? So pause the video now and have a little think. Okay, what did you think? I don't think there's a wrong or a right answer because we don't really know. One of the things I wondered though is if the bear is feeling a bit sad because he hasn't got anybody to play with and he wanted to go in the house and perhaps make friends with the children. So I wonder if he's sad walking away because he's still by himself, which makes me think, I wonder if the bear is feeling lonely. I wonder if that could be a feeling. We feel lonely when we feel all on our own, don't we? And the bear is definitely on his own in that picture. So I wonder if we could say that if you were the bear, I'm feeling lonely because I live all by myself. You might not think the bear's feeling sad or lonely. You might think that the bear is a bit mad because the children wouldn't let him in. So you might think, if you look at his face here, the bear is mad because the children wouldn't let him in the house, or the bear is angry. I think it depends on whether you think the bear is going to get in the house to try and eat the children, or whether you think the bear is trying to get in the house to make friends with them. So there's some ideas of how the bear might be feeling at the end of the story. Do you think he's a sad or lonely bear? Do you think he's a mad or angry bear? Or did you think something different? As I said, there isn't a wrong or right answer, as long as you can say why you think the bear is feeling like that. So our job for literacy today is to just write a sentence about how the bear is feeling in the story. If you wanted to, you could draw the bear as well, but you don't have to, because I know lots of you have already done amazing bear drawings this week. So you might want to draw the bear, or you might just want to write your sentence. So I think we can say, he is, and then you can choose, because that will help us to practice our tricky word he. We've been writing the tricky word she all week, haven't we, in our super sentence. So he is almost the same, but it's got one letter that's not there. Which letter is not in he, that's in she? That's right, letter S, isn't it? So we haven't got one of those, but we've got letter H and then E. He. Again, tricky word, we can't sound it out, we've just got to remember it. But if you've been writing she all week, you can write he as well. 2 for the price of 1. So he is, use my phonics for is, is. Okay, I don't think the bear looked very mad or angry, for to me he looked quite sad. He was walking off and his head was down, he was all by himself. So I think I'm going to go for he is sad. Okay, he is sad. How many sounds can I hear in sad? S-a-d, sad. So I can need to write down 3 sounds. S-a-d, sad. And then at the end of my sentence, a full stop. And then I need to check, don't I? He is sad. Now let's just check my sentence for all those things that we always check. Have I got my capital letter? Yes, I have, capital H. Have I got my finger spaces? Yeah, I've got one here and I've got one here, so I've got my finger spaces. Have I got my full stop? Yes, I have. Have I used my phonics? I have, haven't I? We worked out, so he was a tricky word. We sounded out is, and s-a-d, sad. So we have got a super sentence there that makes sense and has remembered all the things we need in it. If you wanted to, you could challenge yourself and you could not end your sentence there, because you might be able to think of 2 things that the bear is feeling. So we might say he is sad and and finger space, a different word maybe, lonely. And don't forget, when you're sounding out your words, as long as you're using your phonics in reception, then that's fine. It doesn't have to be spelled exactly perfectly, as long as you're using your phonics. So if you can hear an E sound at the end of lonely, think about how we've learnt to spell the E sound. So you might want to stop your sentence here with he is sad, full stop, or you might want to give yourself a Friday challenge and think of 2 words. He is sad and something else, and then a full stop at the end. You decide. Okay, right, that is the end of our literacy learning for this week. You have been brilliant, and next week we will be looking at a new story, but I'm not going to spoil the surprise and tell you what it is. Okay, so you'll have to play Mr. Bartle's video on Monday and see what it is. Okay, I will leave you now to have a go at writing your sentence about how you think the bear is feeling, and maybe I'll see some of them on tapestry later. Okay, bye for now.